Seen you guys forever. All right, thanks for joining us, guys. Hammers in the back. Go let me know when you're good to go. All right, thanks for being here, everybody. We'll start with an opening statement from Coach Brennan, and then we'll take questions. Coach?
All right, it's good to see everybody. Appreciate y'all showing up. Obviously, it's a busy time for us right now. Really excited about playing in this bowl game. We've had a few good weeks of really good work. I'm excited about how this team comes to work every day. It's just a really fun team to be around. Just the effort, the intensity they bring to the practice environment, how much they enjoy just being together and getting after each other. It's been awesome. We've tried to be smart about, not just kind of beating them into the ground, and that part of it, I think there's a fine line to walk there in bowl practice, but these guys have attacked every part of it, and so it's been awesome to see. A lot of reps for, a lot of players, a lot of the young guys getting some opportunities to get out there and show what they can do, which has been also beneficial for us. And then it's just a busy time, right? It's a busy time with, the college football world is spinning fast, and so we're navigating that the best we can. And I've had great support from Desiree in that process, and I'm excited about where we're going. So busy as hell, but loving every minute of it. So what do you guys got for me?
Thank you, Coach. Justin and Troy, start us off.
And with that, you've had some staff changes since we last talked to each other. One of them is you got a new general manager in Aaron Knotts. Tell us about his story, what he's going to bring, and then I guess just the loss of Geiska and what he's done the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think Geiska's been a really important part of what we've done here, as is everybody. I think that's one of those things is, when you are building a program and when you are investing in people and the time it takes to get it moving the direction you want it to go, everybody has a part of it. It's just like a football team, you know what I mean? And so I thought we had great work with Geiska and Fletcher Kelly, working with our coaching staff in the evaluation process and the recruiting process, and I think it gave us a chance to play good football this year, which was really exciting. With Aaron joining us, I think he's a guy who's been around a lot of really great leaders. He's been a part of that program at Washington, and he's seen it be done a bunch of different ways. I think there's value in that. We all learn from the people that we're around and the people that we cross over with, and so everybody from Coach Peterson to most recently Jed, I think there's value in that, and I think he's going to bring a lot to our program. He's a really good guy. I think you guys are really going to like him. He's done a great job. He's got a great eye for evaluation, and he's really smart, which is what you need in that position because I would say the numbers, the bodies, everything changes daily. It's just the way it is in the current college football. So we're really excited about Aaron joining us. It's his first day on the job, so we're kind of just getting started, but we're excited about him being here.
Troy and then Michael.
Obviously, you guys are getting ready for the bowl game and being focused on that, but part of the changes is Alonzo Carter becoming the head coach at Sac State. What will you be looking for with your new running back coach as you kind of get further along that process?
Yeah, so we are going to elevate Lyle Moeval for that job. And Lyle has been an integral part of coaching that position along with Zoe over the last year. And it's been a great fit. The guys love him. We're not losing any. We're just kind of, the transition has been seamless, which is really important, I think. And I think the response from the players when I told them was outstanding. And so we're really excited about it.
I know we're always supposed to ask one, but just to that point, how important was it for Lyle Moeval to spend that time with Coach Carter this season and when you transition into the running back?
Yeah, absolutely. I think, that's one of those things, with the way college football staffs are built now, with everybody having kind of an assistant position coach, right? Depending on who that guy is, sometimes they take more of the load than others, but Lyle was involved in every aspect of the process for those running backs, and those players will tell you that. And we're going to miss Zoe because he's a great coach and he's a great person, but we're excited about the opportunity that he has, right? Just an incredible opportunity for him to return back kind of close to where he's from and be a head coach at a Division I school.
Michael and then Jason Shear.
You guys have a quarterback who's been at the same school his entire career and plans to be here, I assume, next year as well. SMU has the same thing. That seems like an anomaly. These days, with how much movement there is, what is the benefit to a program to have that kind of stability at the quarterback position?
I can only speak to what it is for us, and I think it's been incredible. I think you have a young man who is everything that's right about college football. He's a great leader. He's a great teammate. He's great out in the community. You guys have heard me say all these things before about Noah Fafita, but he really is special. And then you combine that with how he plays on the football field, and just that part of it. And you've seen him elevate his game this year in terms of his performance and his consistency, and what, what his relationship with Coach Daggy has been, and what, how he's been able to execute at a high level in this offense. And I think, for that, looking at it through that lens, I think the sky's the limit for Noah. And that's why we're so excited about the idea of him coming back for next year, because he is such a good player, but he's also such a great teammate. He's such a great part of this team. And I think that part of it is really, really special. Sometimes when you have high-profile players, they're reluctant to get out in the community, and just they don't want to do it. But that's not him. He just gives of his time, of himself, all the time. You watch him out here coaching next level football, right? Just like what he is for those kids and what he is for the city of Tucson, let alone the University of Arizona, and its football program is tremendous.
Back-to-back Jasons, Sheer and Lamar.
I know you don't have any control, obviously, over the bowl date, but with everything that you're navigating, transfer portal, roster retention, coaching, and all that, is it beneficial to have that later bowl game, or do you think it would be beneficial to have one of those earlier ones?
I think I look at it more through the program lens, and we're excited to be playing a bowl game in January. I mean, I look at that as, that's something that you always want to be playing as late as you can in college football. And, I think that part is really exciting for us. And so, we're honored to be playing, in the Trust and Will Holiday Bowl. I mean, we can't wait for it. So that part of it, I think, also speaks to just how hard our players are working and how excited they are about coming to practice every day, and how excited they are to go to San Diego and play in the game. So, I think that part of it is, whenever it is, obviously we don't have control over it outside of playing good football. And this year, this team played good football and got a chance to play in a really high-level bowl game.
Jason Barr and then Justin.
I get it, apologies if you answered this before, I think you have, I just forget. Can you just remind people, you were at 98, you were a graduate assistant in Hawaii. Were you able to attend the Holiday Bowl that Arizona played in?
Of course.
So do you remember where you were sitting and what do you call that?
Yeah, I remember, I don't know how many deals my younger brother had to cut for tickets, but he cut a lot of them. We had over 100 family and friends there for the game. It was just an awesome night, obviously. And obviously, I was fairly young then, so the parents and all the older crew, they got the good tickets. So me and the Yahoos, we were up in the nosebleeds, but it didn't matter. It was a lot of fun. And obviously that was a great game for Arizona.
Justin and then Michael.
Have you had the conversation with some players about maybe opting out for the bowl game?
Not opting out. We've had a lot of conversations about rev share and process, and trying to be really in a good spot for that because of where the portal falls, you know what I mean? And just what those things are going to look like going forward. I'm really excited about us having just one portal. I think that's really, really good for college football. And so the timing of the bowl game and the opening of the portal, that's just going to be, it's going to be a little bit chaos, right? Because we're going to come back from San Diego on the 3rd and probably go right into some version of official visits on the 3rd, 4th, every day. So that part of it is really where our focus has been on roster retention and, that part of it.
Michael.
Just following up what Justin was asking, are there any healthy players who are opting out?
Not yet, but there could be. That's one of those things. I think we'll know more after Christmas, right? But all these players are going to go home for 3 or 4 days, and they're going to be around their families and their agents and all that stuff, and those are family decisions. You know what I mean? And I understand that, and I respect it, and that's the world that we live in. And so, I do think the way these kids care about each other, the way they've been practicing, has been really impressive. I mean, I think a couple of you were out there a few times earlier last week to see it, but that part has been, this team really cares about each other. And that's the great thing about the team. That's the great thing about football, right? Whoever it is, we're going to get ready to play.
Jordan and then Jason Barr.
Right. With those kind of end of regular season meetings and looking to next year with players, what are those conversations like? What in particular are you really trying to hit with them to kind of see where they're at?
Every player is different, and so you really need to know, who you're talking to and what kind of relationship you have with them. And I would say it's that's a full staff effort, That's everybody in the building is having those conversations with these players as we try and kind of navigate and put that together, for what it is in the future. I think everybody's excited about the football we played this year. I think they're excited about the direction of the program. They're excited about the coaching staff and their teammates. And I think they're excited to play with these guys going into next season, right? That's why this game is so important to us, right? Because it's the last game we get to play this year. And we want to feel great about how we finish this year and be excited moving into what's next.
Jason Barr and then Michael.
Along with a lot of other great things that winning the Holiday Bowl would do, it would also get you to 10 wins, which is something the program, I believe, has only done 4 other times. Is that number 10 meaningful at all, or is it just a number?
Oh, I think it's absolutely meaningful. I think it's meaningful to anybody in college football. Anytime you get to double-digit wins, it's a great season. You know what I mean? And so I think that part of it for our team is really important.
Michael, and is it Jason Shearer?
During this time of year, the coaching carousel is a huge deal, right? Who is the head coach going to be? Do you think the general public understands how important the support staff is, the role of the general manager, front office, all of that? Do you think people realize how big a deal it is to have those people supporting you?
I don't know. That's a great question. I don't know. I will tell you this. I think, first of all, we're in the craziest coaching carousel in the history of college football. There's never been one like this. You know what I mean? But every person in our football program is important to what we're doing here. Every single person. And it doesn't really matter what their title is. Everybody contributes in a significant way, and everybody is treated that way with love and respect because they're all making us better. And when we lose somebody, we try and get somebody better. And we won't know if they're better until we do the job with them for a little bit of time, right? And then we have an idea, So, but I think, I don't know if the general public knows that outside of, I just don't know how they would because they're not in the inner workings of the program all the time, you know what I mean?
Okay, our last two will be Jason Shearer and then Justin.
You mentioned earlier support from Desiree, especially with everything going on. What does that look like?
What that looks like is staff retention. You know what I mean? What that looks like is how we prepare for the bowl game, how we feed our team, how we take care of them, what we're able to do with them. Like all those things go into that, and I think that's one of those things that is important. You have to have it. Like you have to have alignment with your president, your AD, your head football coach, the other head coaches in the athletic department here. I think it's really, really important, and consistency of leadership matters. And so when I'm looking at a coaching staff that I think, I really believe in our coaching staff. I think they've done a fantastic job. And so I am someone that believes in the consistency of that leadership, the consistency of the messaging, the consistency of the players knowing who's going to coach them and being around those people every single day. And so lots of people have come after coaches on our coaching staff. And fortunately, we've been able to keep that thing intact because I think we have something really special here.
Finish up with Justin.
Do you think the experience that Lotto got last year helped him in a lot of ways, or what do you think was the big reason why he was able to maybe turn things around in year 2?
Okay, so last year Matt Lotto was a true freshman.
Yeah.
Like outside of quarterback, offensive tackle is the hardest position to play on the field as a true freshman. I'm just telling you, like physically, you're not ready for it, right? Mentally, the volume of play calls or adjustments or offensive line calls is like infinitely more than what you had in high school most of the time. You know what I mean? And so, do I think he benefited from playing a little bit? And I would say the biggest benefit was that most of last year he got to spend all that time with Coach Oglesby, and he got to travel, and he got to be in those meetings and have that experience and be around the guys and see how it works. I think that's the biggest benefit for it. Like playing a small amount of snaps in a game, like I don't know how much of a benefit that was. You know what I mean? But being able to travel. Like every day get coached by Josh, every day be in those meetings. That's where I think the value is.
Thank you, everybody. Thanks, Bill.
All right, great seeing you all. Bear down.